Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It's me again, Forde. If I'm honest, I'm still not even caught up with the whole passing of Ayoze. Not only was he obviously a former Newcastle United player, obviously he was well respected by a lot of people in world football, and obviously the world is still mourning his loss. Obviously, after the video I put out yesterday, there was tons of tributes going out to him and his family from previous Newcastle United managers. Alan Pardew, love him or hate him, you know, he put out a really, really touching tribute to Ayoze, what he knew of him. You know, he spent quite some time with him, obviously, while he was at Newcastle United. And that really, really hit home, like how well respected he was. You know, John Carver put out a tribute as well. Previous Newcastle United players, even clubs around the globe, you know, players that you wouldn't even thought of would have even played with Ayoze, but it was something that's really hit home with world football, and it just goes to show how much of a loss Ayoze will be. Now, there's rumours of, you know, the club paying their respects to him the way we know how to, you know, whether it be an applause on the 24th minute, retiring the number 24 shirt, even setting up a charity in his name. But whatever we can do just to make sure that his legacy carries on, I think it should happen. I really do, because, you know, a player like that in his prime at the age of 30 to lose his life is something that should never, ever happen. And obviously in this moment in time and how we're going on right now in the world, it just needs to make sure that we can't forget the good times that we've had, especially with one of our own. So going on from that into transfer news now, I don't know how true this is, but again, it's just, you know, what I've been seeing across the papers in the last 24 hours. So two stories that have stuck out quite a lot, and that concerns players coming into the club. First one being Tammy Abraham from the Times. It looks like we have sealed the deal for Tammy Abraham's services for a loan, season-long loan from Chelsea, which is his parent club. According to the Times, he's chosen us over Brighton, and it looks like Rafa Benitez, who went down there to go see him, when he was in the England under-21 camp, I believe, last week. And obviously, even Jeff Stelling from Sky Sports throwing in his 2 cents, saying that, you know, he'd be hero worshipped at the club if he was to come to Newcastle United, has done enough to sway him to come and spend at least a season at Newcastle United. But that's according to the Times. So again, obviously, we'll all believe it when we see it, when he's obviously holding the new shirt aloft and, you know, doing all the stuff that new signings usually do. So that's the first story. The second story is Ruben Semedo. Now, this has been going on for a little bit now, not a while, because obviously the transfer window's not even open yet, but it looks like one deal could be, you know, affecting this deal, which is the Virgil van Dijk deal from Southampton to potentially Liverpool, even though Man City are still in the race. So apparently they're going to spend 60 million, that's Liverpool, not us, on Van Dijk services. It's not a done deal just yet, but it looks like it's going to happen. So obviously Southampton now need to go and fill his shoes and see Semedo as the man to do so. Now, it's a tricky situation, because even yesterday I said that Semedo has been courted by not only us but Villarreal. Now, if he does want to come to the English Premier League, it doesn't necessarily have to be with Newcastle United, because again, choice between us and Southampton, he might go to Southampton over us, because he might see it as more of a, not as a stepping stone, because even Southampton are not a stepping stone, even though they are Liverpool's biggest feeder club at the moment. But he might see it as a chance to get into Europe a lot quicker than with Newcastle United. So that could be a hiccup in the whole transfer saga. We might have to look elsewhere, even though we've been linked to Semedo for the longest time now. So those are the two main stories. The main story, obviously, surrounding Newcastle United at the moment is the loss of our player, our brother, Ayoze. And I'm sure it will be at least for the next couple of weeks now, because obviously no football's being played. There's ways we can honour him with tributes, but again, for us to actually make sure we get the message out, we need to have football as the way of doing so. So I'm sure that something will be worked out in the near future, but again, my thoughts go out to Chetiote's family and God, even his wife as well, who's obviously expecting his child this week. But those are the main two transfer stories. Sorry I'm not in a more happier mood, obviously due to the circumstances around our former player. But yeah, Semedo possibly could be blocked coming to Newcastle United. Tammy Abraham looks to be on his way. And if I find out anything more, then guys, I'll let you know. So thank you guys for contacting me as well. Let me know stuff in the comment section below. I do read them, just I haven't got the time to get around to them all the time. But yeah, that's the main news coming out of Newcastle United. Peace.